Is it okay if a listed entity invests cash on its books in other listed stocks? Let's discuss this interesting and curious case of a company called Maithan Alloys, which recently tried this, and try and understand whether it is correct or not. So this company Maithan Alloys had about 700 odd crore rupees on its balance sheet as cash, which it decided to sort of invest in a bunch of PSU stocks, the names of which are mentioned here, and also in the unlisted stock of National Stock Exchange NSE, which was the biggest purchase out of all, about 324 crores. And then they invested like 25 to 50 crore in a bunch of other stocks using cash that was there on their balance sheet. And the broader idea was predominantly try and take advantage of what's happening in these stock prices. This is what we see was given by the company as the argument. They said the shares were acquired through the stock exchange in the form of current investments of Maithan Alloys Limited with the view to reap long-term and short-term investment benefits. They do not intend to acquire strategic control in any of these target entities. They are basically just trying to take advantage of long and short-term investment benefits, right? Now, in a bull market, this seems like a good, interesting strategy, but the question is, should they really be doing it, right? The bunch of questions that come to us, the first one is, whose money is this? Is it their money or is it their shareholders' money? And is this the best use of the shareholder cash that is available on the books, correct? So let's try and understand it from the lens of corporate finance, right? And maybe examples of some other companies that have done it as well. If there is cash lying with the company, technically this is shareholder money. The shareholder has given this cash to the company to invest in their business, correct? The shareholder has not given this money to the company to play a fund manager. Technically, if the company does not see a use of this in their business, they can return this, right? They can return this money in terms of this cash that is there on the balance sheet in terms of dividend or buybacks to the shareholders. And then if shareholders wants, they can do it themselves. कोई भी shareholder company को ये पैसा क्यों देगा? To invest in other companies, that should not be the idea, right? अगर मेरे पास पैसा है और मैं किसी कंपनी का शेयर खरीद रहा हूं, या कंपनी के पास पैसा पड़ा है which is cash, which is shareholders money, ये कंपनी मुझे रिटर्न कर सकती है, और अगर मुझे लिस्टेड स्टॉक्स में लगाना है तो मैं खुद चूज कर लूंगा वो स्टॉक्स. Why would I want the company to choose a bunch of listed stocks to invest in on my behalf? Why would shareholders want the company to try and act like a fund manager? These stunts, they work well in bull markets. This is not the only company that does it. There's another one called International Conveyors. What you see on the screen is not a mutual fund portfolio. It is actually their short-term investments in about 30 different companies where they have invested a bunch of shareholder cash and money. And the same question comes again. If shareholders have given money to the company or have left their money or reinvested their money in the company, it is to be used in that same business. Why would the company go and use this money in buying listed stocks, which technically shareholders could have bought themselves? अगर ये मेरा पैसा होता तो मैं कंपनी को कहता आप मुझे डिविडेंड दीजिए, मैं अपनी इच्छा से अपने रिसर्च के हिसाब से I will buy stocks myself, or I'll put this in a mutual fund, in an equity mutual fund, right? Why would you do it on my behalf? This is not the first instance of something like this happening. There have been instances of companies doing this in the past. From a pure corporate finance lens, this is not a good activity. This has to be viewed as a red flag because this is shareholder money and should not be invested in unrelated equity investments, right? There are a bunch of companies who have tried this or similar kind of stunts in the past. The names that come to my mind, top of my mind, are Satyam Computers, Vakrangi, Sunil High Tech. None of them had a great experience doing this. It might work in the short run in terms of a bull market scenario, but it's not a good corporate finance decision or corporate governance decision to be done by any company. That is what Maithan Alloys is doing. Take a look. Do you know any other companies that are there which are doing something similar in the markets, and try and understand why they are doing this with investor cash. That's it from me in this video. Thank you.